So then kind of going after and within this All-Star break, there's probably going to be trades.
Mm-hmm.
Trades are going to be kind of coming all over the place. A team you might think you want to watch out for after the All-Star break. Obviously, you had the draft that just happened, so like I don't know if that brings into any. I don't think anyone's obviously going to get called straight up. I personally didn't watch any of it. It has nothing. I mean, the NBA draft, like first round's entertaining, and then the NFL draft, people literally like drool over.
It's funny you say that because that's I was going to ask you. It's interesting because so a long time, like a couple years ago, it used to be 40 rounds. Now it's only 20 rounds. But when you think about like the MLB, like there is stars like Aaron Judge and Gunnar Henderson, just to name two, that were drafted.
Mm-hmm.
But like honestly, you have a lot of other guys like Julio, just on our team, for example, he was never drafted, and look how good he is now. Like look at
like Mike Trout was taken like 20-something or something.
Mike Trout was like 12th or 13th, I think.
I thought he was.
I know he was after Act.
He was definitely. Yeah,
could have been lower.
I think he was pretty low, but it's like the MLB draft is
it's
just
like it's weird that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you honestly don't know. You don't know who's going to be good no matter what. He was 25th.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say he's pretty late.
Well, it's interesting because the Mariners honestly right now have a lot of guys they drafted.
Oh yeah, the whole starting rotation basically besides Castillo is all drafted.
Because a lot of I was thinking about the NBA. Like the first guy overall was drafted from France.
Yeah.
But like in the MLB, like Julio wasn't drafted.
Mm-hmm.
He was signed.
Yeah, same with
so it's so weird that it's so different.
Yeah, I think there is the difference to it, and that's why I think that the spectacle isn't as big a deal. I also don't think. I think the biggest thing with like why the NFL and the NBA draft are so big is because of how big the college sport is for them.
Yeah, that's fair.
College basketball obviously has March Madness, which is quite arguably one of the biggest months of sports in all of the world. I mean, the people freaking love March Madness.
It's crazy.
You have the
the national championship for football.
Well, yeah, now like this year you have however is it 12 team, 16 team playoff?
Oh yeah,
they have that. I can't remember how many it is. I keep forgetting. Yeah. But they have this new setup where it's
I feel like it's 16.
I think it's 6. It's either 16 or I can't remember. I can't remember. But it's so they changed it to 12 team. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
So they've changed it to make it this kind of bigger spectacle for the college game, which I think then in turn makes you go, oh, hey, Caleb Williams is really good on USC. Yeah. He's going to be good. College baseball doesn't have that.
Football is cool.
People will watch it, but not like I mean, like people will literally tune in and watch their college football team when they're 0-12.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you the last time I watched a college baseball game that wasn't in Omaha.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
So I think there's just a difference. Obviously, I think there are some people out there that they know players and are like, oh yeah, that guy's going to get drafted, this guy, whatever. But I also find it interesting because you get high schoolers. Like Bryce Harper came out of high school, I believe. He was drafted, but he didn't even, there's the international pool. There's so many different questions. But again, that kind of leads into, do you think any of these players might have made a change for any team? I know the Mariners took a funky one with a switch pitcher, whatever you want to call him, from Mississippi State. I can't remember his name. Pretty solid guy, but I don't know. One I'm shocked we took a pitcher. We need more pitchers, I guess.
Honestly, the draft, you don't see them for at least 2 years. I think Nathan, like Chanel, if I'm saying that correctly, was the first guy in a while that was drafted in the last year, I think, and then came up. But the only reason was because the Angels were so hurt.
Yeah, they're so banged up.
Suck already. So he got called up, but more often than not, you don't see them.
Yeah, exactly. Ever. And that's the thing is I don't think, I don't remember hearing, I remember hearing Jared Kellenick's name as a prospect. And I don't know our prospects as well. Obviously, I know Harry Ford, Cole Young, the big names. But Jared Kellenick was a big name because he got traded to us. I don't remember hearing Julio's name until probably he was about a year and a half out. Like really intensely, being like, this kid's going to be good, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, even like Dustin Ackley, Justin Smoke.
I think Paul
some of these guys
recently, because I feel like
people knew
he was going to be good.
And Holiday.
Yeah.
But Holiday obviously has the name that kind of goes with it. But I don't know. The draft was, like I said, I didn't really watch it. Don't really know.
I kind of just followed it on my phone every once in a while. But
I just had the Mariners ones pop up, so I don't. Yeah. And like you said, the Mariners pitching prospect could become the greatest thing ever, and he might never make it to the pros. So that's how it goes. But team to watch after the All-Star break. Obviously, you got trades coming up. I can only imagine in the next week or two.
Yeah.
I would start to think you're going to see some dominoes start falling once one goes.
So.
A team that you might think.
So I had two.
Okay.
I've been high on this team kind of all year already.
Oh, no.
With the Red Sox.
The Red Sox. Dang it.
So
you've been hitting this one so well. So annoying.
I think so. They lost. I believe it's Garrett Whitlock.
I think that's correct.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to add someone to their rotation. Their rotation has not been a weak point, but they need to add because they had him go down. They've been really solid. Kind of what I think or could see them adding would be like a Jack Flaherty or potentially a Tyler Anderson. I'm not sure their righty-lefty splits, so I'd have to look more into that. But they're right in the middle of it as far as in the wild card. They're not going to win that division. The Yankees and the Orioles are just freaking good.
I wouldn't put it. They are only 3.5 games out of them.
That's shocking.
Well, 3.5 games back from Boston or from New York, and 4.5 out of. Well, I wouldn't put it past them if they add the right things. I think they. I genuinely. I don't think. I agree with you. I don't know if they will, but I think they'll make a bigger push than you're giving them credit.
And then I could see them adding
Whitlock's out and Giolito's out.
A middle infielder like Luis Rengifo, maybe.
Okay.
But not too sure on that. I'm pretty strongly about the rotation.
Yeah, they definitely don't need a third baseman with Devers.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Rengifo would go.
I think he could play middle infield, but I'm not sure. There was another guy that I was looking at, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, Trevor Story's been hurt for them too.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't know if I actually had Boston in there with one of them. I did not. There was a couple teams I had. One, I think one of the biggest teams to look out for, and I can't stand them at all. And I wish that they didn't exist as a team. Houston Astros. There's been rumors that they are going to look after Pete Alonso, which would make me even more mad because that's like a big Mariners target right now. And I think that obviously they might be considered the hottest team still in baseball. They've been so good lately.
They came out of nowhere.
They've lost 2 in a row, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. The Mariners are pretty lucky to still be in first place, in my opinion.
Going into the All-Star break, yeah.
I don't think we should be. And then I know that right on Friday, because I'll be at the games Friday, Saturday, we play them to start right back up.
Honestly, I kind of like it.
But it'll be fun because we're going to get Castillo and probably Gilbert, maybe Castillo Kirby. I don't know how he want to run it with Gilbert traveling, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the Astros are going to be scary. I think they're going to look to add. I don't think Tucker. I don't think gets traded. I don't think Bregman gets traded. Obviously, Altuve is stuck there till he retires.
I think those rumors were a little early.
I agree.
All the time.
I agree.
They always look at it.
But I also don't think they need. I think if anything, they need to add more pitching.
Yeah,
their bullpen's not been as strong as it used to be. Obviously, they lost Stanix. Hader's been not very good.
He's been good, but not.
And their starting pitchers are starting to come back. You get Verlander back. Hopefully in the next couple. Not hopefully at all, actually, but.
Yeah.
Is he back yet? I think he actually already. Yeah, is he already back? Has he been good?
He's been okay.
But
I wouldn't say he's been good.
There's been so many up and downs with this. He's 3-1 with a 3.35 ERA.
So he's been good. Yeah. He has a 3.95 this year. 3.95.
Yeah, but still, out of a 44-year-old or whatever he is, 41.
Ridiculous.
It's interesting just because their rotation has been so not living up to par. Framer Valdez has not been that good.
Yeah.
There's the other one who I'm blanking on right now, but it's going to pop up right when it pops up here. There's Framer Valdez. Christian Javier has been hurt. Verlander's back on the IL, so I was right.
Oh,
and Luis Garcia.
And that one guy that was called up this year.
Ronel Blanco came. He threw the quietest no-hitter at the start of the year. He threw a no-hitter and then went like another 6 innings no-hit and has done nothing. He's been fine. Framer Valdez has been okay. This season he's got 3.66. He's 8-5, so he's fine. But I just feel like if they want to make another push for it, they're gonna have to add. Yeah, Blanco's 11-5 with a 3.3. He's been good. I don't really know who else is starting for them. That's the thing, is like Hunter Brown starting for him. It looks like he's
been rough to start.
7-8 with a 4.3. Oh yeah, he was like their rookie. Yeah. Jake Bloss. I don't even know who this is. He's 0-0. He probably barely played a game. Spencer, it looks like spaghetti. Arrighetti. He's 4-7 with a 5. So it's like literally their 2 guys, Framer Valdez and Blanco, have been okay. They have mid-3 ERAs, which isn't bad, but you expect better. And then they drops off so hard. Verlander's been fine and when healthy. Javier's still on the 60-day. I don't know when he comes back. Luis Garcia is obviously out. McCullers is out. it's just been brutal. And then, like you said, Josh Hader, not great. I think that they look to add. He's got a 4 ERA, which is crazy out of Hader.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think they look to add, and I think they look to add a pitcher, a bullpen, maybe arm, or even a starter, which I don't want.
I could see it.
They were one of my big ones, and then I think I have 2 more, but I'll let you go.
I have the Padres next.
Okay, I have the Padres as well, if they buy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they
are
4.5.
Luis Ariz, so I'm like,
you already think they have to try.
I feel like they do.
They have such a big budget too that you have to go for it.
I mean, ever since they signed Eric Hosmer, I feel like that was 2017.
It was a while ago.
But ever since then, they have shown that they're willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like they traded for Hader, they traded for Soto. Obviously, these didn't work out.
Hugh Darvish. I mean, you made Machado. Yeah, and then you got who's the
big guy? Who's
the shortstop from Boston?
Bogarts.
Xander Bogaerts.
Like, clearly, they want to win.
I agree. So it's kind of one of those things where I don't think they can sell.
No,
because no one wants. I mean, unless they literally were like, "Hey, Mariners, do you want Xander Bogaerts? You get his whole contract for a bag of popcorn." I mean, we just traded Dallas Keuchel for $1.
That was pretty funny.
So, I mean, it's possible. Yeah. People might look at me and go, "Bag of popcorn." I go, "Well, it happened for $1." So I don't know if you. I don't know if they can unload. But I also don't know how much more they want to buy.
Yeah,
they're only 4.5 games out, I think, or last I looked. So they still might be. I mean, they're not out of it. In the division, they're tied with Arizona 7, and then wild card. I think they're
probably like 4.
No, they're a game.
A game?
They're both a game. So I don't know. I don't even know if they need to buy. They might be a wild card team, and it's one of those teams. I feel like if they get in there, they could be hot enough to just go. Which is funny because I have Arizona in this exact same boat.
Yeah, I think they started so terribly,
so bad, and
they've turned it around.
Marte's been good. Obviously they're not going to get rid of who's their outfielder from Seattle?
Oh, Canzone.
No, not Canzone. Hold up, Canzone's injured. You were not wrong.
Carroll, there we go.
Carroll, and so it's like I don't really know what they need.
I mean, Christian Walker's been good. Zach Gallen, I don't know if he's actually been that good.
Well, and Galen's been okay. He's not been very good, but he's been like serviceable.
Yeah, he has a 3.87.
Yeah, and it's not what you expect.
Not for their ace. Like that's
no,
good.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of the same with Houston. Like you expect better out of these guys. Jordan Montgomery's been injured. Merrill Kelly's been injured. Like they just don't have. I mean, maybe a starting pitcher if they can get one. This young kid's. I mean, he's got a 1 ERA.
Yeah, they signed the other guy, like Rodriguez. I think Eduardo Rodriguez hasn't even pitched this year.
Yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez hasn't even seen the field yet for them. He's still on the 60-day. So kind of a little banged up, kind of waiting for people to get healthy. But I mean, it's just more like they have like Gino Suarez, who's been fine. Still doesn't hit for average anymore, but he's still got 10 home. I mean, I don't know what they really could add or what they won't add, but they just need their play. They're kind of in the Mariners situation, honestly. Like Corbin Carroll's batting .212. He's literally
Julio.
Yeah, it's the same thing where you just expect more out of them.
I think they just surprised a lot of people last year, and so it's tough for them because I don't feel like they were even ready to be in that position.
100%.
They just got hot at the right time.
Yep. And then the other two I had, I'll go one NL and then I'll go AL. Sure. NL, I have the Cardinals. They're a wild card team. They're in it. They're in the playoffs, and I think. After last year, everyone went. They have to sell Arenado. They have to sell Goldschmidt. And they kind of brought in Sonny Gray, and they brought in some other people. I think it was last year they brought in Sonny Gray.
It was this year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sonny Gray and then Lance Lynn, I believe.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
like have they been monsters? No, but they're a playoff team, and you kind of look at it and go, do they want to add? Do they want to just? I don't know. I mean, it's just interesting to me because, you're right, Lance Lynn. I mean, he's not been good. He's got a 4.3 ERA. He's been terrible. Like, not Lance Lynn numbers. Sonny Gray's been fine. He's got a 3.3 again. He's been there. But it's like, Kyle Gibson, has he done anything? I don't know. Miles, is it Michaelis or whatever his name is?
Oh, Miles Michaelis.
Michaelis. Yeah. This Kyle Gibson, I don't even know all these guys. I mean, I don't know baseball that well. They're all 5 ERAs, and that's why I think they were talking about Gilbert being a big target maybe for them to go there. But obviously, I don't think we're going to get rid of him.
No,
but it's an interesting team because then you have Paul Goldschmidt who's been fine. I forgot they have Matt Carpenter again. Brendan Donovan's been a huge target for us. for a while. They're in a weird spot. And it's like you're not going to sell because you're a playoff team. Yeah. But you can't tell me that this team they think is going to. Donovan's been good again. Why can't we trade for him?
I wish.
I just they have Mason Wynn. I forgot isn't that Randy Wynn's kid. Mm-hmm. He's been good. 284. He's been good. And they're just like quiet. Like you don't even think about it. They have Brandon Crawford. Like, I don't even know all these things. They have Brandon Crawford. He's back at 161. Oh my gosh.
Cardinals uniform.
But weird. There's all those things where you just have to wonder what are they going to do and if they do anything. Because they haven't been bad. I don't even think they have there's Arenado. I was going to say, is Arenado hurt? I don't know. They're such an interesting team. Arenado's been great again. 278 home runs, 40 RBIs. He's playing well. They're an interesting one to me. And they kind of go the same with a team that's still kind of in the playoff hunt. They should be a playoff team. They might be considered one of the hottest teams in baseball as the Twins.
Twins have been good.
Do they add anyone?
I think that when I was looking at it, I think their rotation is what they could.
Yeah, pitchers
see something, or if they. Oh, that's what I talked about it last week. They don't really have like a huge need. They could just add kind of anywhere.
Depth, I think, is there. I think depth is there. I mean, Royce Lewis. Royce
Royce Lewis. Could
is
play
it Royce?
All the time.
Why am I? Who's Royce O'Neal? He's a basketball player.
Yeah,
Royce Lewis is injured. Brian Buxton is injured. If those guys stay healthy, this team's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I don't think they catch Cleveland. I don't know how far games. They're 4 games. It looks like back, just about 4.5, something like that.
I mean, they could, but I think the Guardians are just really solid.
The Guardians have to add pitching. But so I don't know. Those are kind of teams. I had Houston, which terrifies me. The Twins, St. Louis, and then I had you as well as the Padres and Diamondbacks. I think if any of those teams add, it just is more of whether teams sell. Like Arizona and San Diego, are they going to try to sell? Do they want to try to go after it again? I mean, last year Arizona was in the World Series, and they're not going to be there this year.
Probably not.
So I don't know. And if Houston signs or trades for Pete Alonso, and that's another question. Like the Mets could be your biggest question mark.
They're still somewhat.
They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks ago, everyone was like, they're selling the whole team. The whole team's for sale. They're going to burn down the stadium. It's all going to hell. Like,
not anymore.
They're in the playoffs now.
Yeah.
They have 7-3. They played really good lately. So it will be interesting. And I don't know who sells because again, you look at like the NL wild card. You go down to the Cubs. They're only 3.5 out. Why would they sell? Washington's 6 out. That's not like.
That's still doable.
Easily. The Rockies and Marlins are definitely selling. And then obviously you probably have like the Blue Jays or maybe the Angels, Oakland, and White Sox are solid. The White Sox are 27.5 back out of the wild card.
That's bad.
That's so sad.
Oh, that's tough.
So I don't know. I think there'll be some changes in there because I think a lot of it has not gone the way anyone predicted. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and come back next week for next week's episodes.